All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the holiday cut. If you guys just watched the weigh-in, you know that I did not lose any weight these last 2 weeks, but I'm okay with that. Real quick, I want to talk about why this was not a failure in terms of the last 2 weeks, but then also talk about the adjustments I'm going to make sure that we continue to meet our goal of getting down to 190. Okay guys, the last time we checked in was Halloween. Now I went back and checked my data because I track everything, and I do see that my average calories per day was 2,700 and I maintained my weight. I got a little greedy there for a second because the week before, like when I was going into my Halloween weigh-in, I had done about the same amount of calories and I lost a pound. So I kind of wondered if I could hold that 2,700 calories a day and continue to lose weight. Because at that energy intake, right, calorie being a unit of measurement for energy, I felt really good. My workouts felt really good. So I wanted to see how long can I push that sort of thing along at that volume and still lose weight, and it looks like I figured it out. So we're about a month into this thing, we're down a few pounds, which is great, but we have to remember the primary goal is mental health, physical health, and hitting this weight loss number, which will be 190, right? Or sub 7% body fat, right around there. What I really like though about this last couple weeks is that I've continued to drive home my relationship with sugar. One of the things that ended up happening when I started this holiday cut a month ago was that I gave up sugar, added and processed sugar, and barring a couple little nibs of sugar here and there, like on my wife's birthday when I flew down to Arizona to see her, I had one slice of cake. I've never had so little sugar in my life, added or processed sugar, ever. Ever. And I love that. And the further I am away from it, the more my brain is slowly starting to clear up, so to speak. The less I want it, and the more successful I feel with eating to feel good, not just to look good naked. So I've been really happy as I continue to progress and deepen and strengthen my relationship with sugar, which I think needs to be in a very specific space. I was leaning on sugar to cope with depression. I was leaning on sugar to cope with obsessive ruminations. I was propping up my brain with sugar, and nothing's made that more evident than coming off of it altogether. So even though I did not lose any weight, I've eaten tremendously according to my values, right? So I'm eating whole foods, plant-based foods, clean meat sources, so cruelty-free meat sources, grass-fed, pasture-raised, organic meat sources, and in far smaller quantities than I used to because I use other things to get protein, plant-based stuff, whole food stuff to get protein. Beans, for example, would be a wonderful thing I turn to for protein, some tofu here or there. There's protein in veggies, believe it or not, really getting into squashes and things like that. Nuts, seeds, legumes. But anyway, really happy with the way I've been eating. My workouts have been savage. I've been having, as unpredictable as my mood's been this last month, my workouts have been incredible. When I eat to fuel a workout and to recover from a workout, and when I eat with the understanding that everything I put into my body affects how I see the world, how I think, how I sleep, how I behave, so much of my day-to-day goes so very well. And I am dedicated to continuing down this path, not just so that I can be lean, because I already feel right now that I look great. I don't think there's anything that needs to change here. The getting down to 190 is just, I think it would be interesting. So I just want to see. But as far as like body acceptance and self-love goes, I think I look wonderful. There's nothing that needs to change other than wanting to accomplish a challenge. How I plan to pivot in order to maintain that weight loss is simply to bring that calorie total down. So if I'm holding my weight at about 2,700 calories a day, I understand that I can't be that high. I clearly need to cut it down. So I will shoot to be around 2,300 as my average. I also though am of the mindset that a calorie is not a calorie. So 2,600 calories, 2,700 calories a day like I've been eating based on the way that I personally eat is a massive volume of food because I incorporate veggies in so much of my, in all my meals, right? Massive amounts, and whole foods such as squash and potatoes and things of that nature. I've been enjoying fruit at night. Like I just love eating berries and bananas and things like that at night with sliced almonds and stuff. So I'll cut that down, be a little more strategic. I do look at the trend. I have been averaging about 350 grams of carbs per day, which is a lot, and I am an athlete, but I clearly don't need so many so late. So we'll make that minor adjustment. So bring the carbs down a little bit as pertains to the end of the day because they lose their value to me in that respect once glycogen has been replenished. I'm thrilled because I have a bigger end game than just being lean. I don't need to do like a full-blown body update, but I look like I looked last time we checked in. Oh, I'm in my underwear. But yeah, you know, I look great. I feel great about the way I look, and I say that in a really humble way. I've got a mustache now, so I need to be confident. Tom Selleck would want that. And I promise to do a more full-fledged sort of thing next couple weeks because I will make sure that I am down at least 2 pounds. We'll shoot for a pound a week. So at least 2 pounds next time I see you. Know how much I appreciate you. And I'm so thankful to say that I believe my mood is slowly starting to even out. I continue to reflect and just try to respect the relationship I have with sugar because it really rocked me to come off of it. And one thing I've learned, and maybe this can translate well to you in the world of mental health, which is near and dear to my heart, and addiction and anxiety, of course. If I think I might be doing a bit better, the chances are I'm doing a bit better. So it's been a hard month mentally, but I'm very proud of my behavior. And again, as I want to continue to say, my value is not reflected on the number on the scale. I have self-esteem issues that I'm working on as an inside job. The number on the scale is just something external that we can track for the sake of tracking. But the goal here is to be well, to be healthy, to understand the influence that food has on me. For me, like my goal, I want to know when I'm making choices with my food, what are my motivations? And I promise you, looking good naked is not at the top of my motivation. My motivation is to feel well, to support my mental health, to support my physical health, to support my sleep, to support those things that lend themselves very well to better relationships, more energy, better self-esteem, more productivity, things like that. And as an outlier, as a bonus, I can look good in the body that I have, the one body that I get. So I just want to continue to promote that message so that people don't get it skewed. I'm about wellness at this point in my life, and the cool thing is when I make that the focus, it makes getting lean just a byproduct. It's just something that happens, which is cool. But I want to feel good in the skin I'm in. I want to like the person I see in the mirror, and I want to continue to work through these obsessive ruminations I get into, the anxieties and self-esteem problems, depression issues that are propping up a lot. I want to continue to deep dive those while getting shredded. We'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.